What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to take a look at my top 10 Jakks Pacific wrestling action figures. Starting at number 10, we have a very controversial figure. People seem to hate this line, but I will say, honestly, the only reason I like it is because it was my first ever Rock figure ever. The Titantron Survivor Series, Series 1, The Rock. Now, I do have this figure loose. He's just buried somewhere. I just don't know where the heck it is. I actually keep this version, this carded version, on the wall. Because, like I said, it was my first Rock action figure, my first Titantron figure. Honestly, I think it was my fourth ever wrestling figure. So, I had the WCW Toy Biz Sting, and then I had the Steve Austin and McMahon WrestleMania 2-pack. That was a bone cruncher. But I remember going to Sears with my stepdad and him telling me to get this version of The Rock, where I actually kind of wanted the BCA version because I already had two BCA figures, right? And I kind of thought this Rock was a little too tall, but even back then when I was like 7 years old, I knew it just wouldn't look right. But ended up getting this one, loved it, played with it for years. Now I have it mint in box. Shout out Bounty Hunter Toys. Or sorry, not Bounty Hunter Toys. Big B Comics. That's where I got it. Both stores are in Hamilton. I get them confused sometimes. But anyways, there is number 10. Survivor Series Titantron Rock. Alright guys, and coming in at number 9. Another basic-esque figure that probably a lot of people wouldn't add in their top 10. But he gets added for me because he was my first Ruthless Aggression style figure. It was also a 2-pack, so he did come with one other person, but we have Stone Cold Steve Austin, the general manager version, I like to call him, the ATV driving badass. Yeah, this figure came with Eric Bischoff in a 2-pack. I don't remember the series. It could have even been the first series, I don't remember, but it was the first Ruthless era figure I got. I was very excited. It brought back even memories in 2003 when I got this. It brought back memories of getting the WrestleMania 2-pack with Vince McMahon in the Bone Cruncher series, because it was like my first entry into a new line of figures is also a 2-pack with Stone Cold and the Boss. So, at the time. So, I don't know. It holds a special place in my heart. The shirt's decent on it. He didn't really wear pants as much, I don't think. I think he only wore pants a few times. Then he started just wearing his usual jean shorts and knee braces and all that. But he gets a spot on my list. Number 9, Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, and coming in at number 8, we have another figure here that I will admit I got a few years ago. But it is one that probably 11, 10-year-old Derek would have wanted way back when. He makes the cut just because of how much I really wanted this figure as a kid, and now that I finally have him, I'm just like, he sits in the front row of my Ruthless Aggression shelf. We're talking about the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Awesome figure, man. I only ever had like a Flexums Brock Lesnar as a kid, so having this wrestle gear Lesnar with the tat on the back and everything, it's a little basic. There's nothing crazy about it, but it does the trick, man. The body type is great. I believe, I don't even know what series this figure is from, to be honest, but I believe he is one of the first series. I could be wrong. The only other one I ever saw was one my friend had, but he had like gym pants on and a shirt. So I never saw this figure ever. Like, until I actually went to, shout out Bounty Hunter Toys this time. I found him in a bag for like $10 or $15 or whatever it was, and I was just mind blown because I never seen this figure out in the wild as a kid. He was the hottest thing in 2002, 2003, and I never had a figure of him, so it sucked. But now I do. He makes the top 10 list. Awesome figure, the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Guys, and coming in at number 7, we have the five-time WCW champion, Booker T. This is my favorite Booker T figure. I don't know if you guys know, but eventually they started giving Booker T this, they actually gave him the Brock Lesnar body mold. So they would paint this, obviously the skin color of Booker T, and then put it on the Booker T body. I don't know. I don't think it looks right. I think this body style works more for Booker. This one is, I think, better for bigger guys. But yeah, I do have a Booker T with this body type. He wasn't making the cut. This one I've had for years. I've played with it a lot. He was probably one of my favorite Ruthless Aggression figures when I started getting those as a kid. Yeah, just a great figure, man. Head sculpt. Looks just like him. He has that open paw so he can look at his hand and do his crazy spinneroonie head thing. But yeah, man, just the red boots, the red trunks. Awesome figure, man. This is my favorite Booker T figure of all time. And he is number 7 in my collection. And coming in at number 6, we have the Big Red Machine Kane. Don't remember the series this is from. I think this figure was re-released a lot in different lines with little minor paint differences. I did have Series 1 or Series 2 Kane, but the face on that one just, doesn't make the cut for the top 10. The face on this one is excellent. Looks exactly like Glenn Jacobs there. He has the half-shaved head going on. The other figure didn't have that part. He was just bald. Yeah, this figure is great, man. The only downside with this figure is he didn't come with an open hand to do his choke slam, but honestly, it's not a huge deal breaker. But Kane was one of those guys in 2003, 2004. He was just so intimidating, man. Like, the crap that he was doing, like electrocuting Shane McMahon, setting JR on fire, choke slamming Bischoff off the stage. I mean, there's so many memories of this guy. His entrance music was fire. Shout out Finger 11, Burlington, Ontario. But yeah, man, this Kane, great figure. He makes it number 6 in my list. And coming in at number 5, we have one of my favorite figures to play with when I was a kid. We have The Game Triple H. Another figure that they gave the Lesnar body type to, which I don't hate it. It's not bad. It works for this era of Triple H because he kind of wasn't looking as muscular as he was. But the face scan was perfect. This was my champion in all my little fig feds when I was a kid. He was always, I don't know, he looked great, man. Perfect head sculpt. As you can tell, there's marks and stuff on him because I did play with these figures. Yeah, man, I used to just put a sledgehammer in his hand. He'd just run the show, man. That big gold belt. A lot of people kind of don't like Triple H for that era, for, I guess, burying a lot of his opponents and stuff, or his colleagues or whatever you want to call it. But honestly, I loved Triple H. His entrance was amazing. Most of his matches were good. And yeah, he's coming in at number 5 in my list. I wish I remembered the series of these figures, but I should have looked them up. But honestly, there's so many Jakks figures, it would take so long. But yeah, there's Triple H coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, it's our first Classic Superstar. I am including Classic Superstars in this because they're pretty much the same figures, just from a different time period. But anyways, coming in at number 4, we have Rocky Myvia. Now, this figure holds a little special place in my heart because this was the first Classic Superstars figure I ever got. Oh, well, I will never forget it, seeing it in stores, looking at it and saying, what the heck? Is that The Rock? And then vaguely remembering that he wrestled like this before he became The Rock. I had to have it. And I kept it in the box for so long. I think only like 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe 6 years ago, I finally just opened them up. I kind of regret it, but honestly, it's such a good figure. The face scan is awesome. That's The Rock. That's Rocky Myvia, coming out, always smiling, shaking hands and all that. I obviously went back as a kid and looked up all the videos, and well, I guess back then you didn't really have YouTube, but you'd see him in like documentaries and stuff. You'd see them talking about when The Rock was Rocky Myvia, and just awesome, man. The soft goods stuff here is great. It comes with the IC title. Awesome figure. Classic Superstars, Rocky Myvia, coming in at number 4. Right, guys, and coming in at number 3, we have a fan favorite here. This is one I did not have as a kid, but I did get later on in life, and he made the list just because he is simply awesome. I'm talking, of course, about Jeff Hardy. Awesome Jeff Hardy figure, man. When I was growing up, Jeff Hardy was one of those guys that you just couldn't take your eyes off the screen, man. You never knew what he was going to do. Like, you never saw anyone run on top of like the barricade and jump off of it, like where the fans are and stuff. Like, I'd never seen anybody do that before. The stuff that he did, like the spots with Edge and the TLC matches and all that, just amazing. This figure, I think, represents when he comes back in 2007, I believe. Around that time, I kind of stopped watching wrestling. Like, I think 2008 would have been like the last year I might have remembered something from what was going on in wrestling. But he did come back, which was awesome. He had a title run. I'm pretty sure he beat Cena. Could be wrong. But I think this figure just looks amazing. He has the tattoo there. He's got the face paint, the screaming head to do his swantons. And yeah, man, this Jeff Hardy figure is amazing. A little loose arm here, unfortunately. But he does have a little dot on his nose, too. But he still is amazing. Great figure. I hope he joins his brother soon in AEW. And we see some crazy tag matches in AEW. But there's Jeff Hardy coming in at number 3. Guys, coming in at number 2, we have our first Deluxe Aggression getting into the top 10 here. Now, Deluxe Aggression, I don't know what people think about Deluxe Aggression. For some reason, I feel like not a lot of people like Deluxe Aggression because the scaling is off, obviously. Well, the whole Jakks scaling is off no matter what. But I feel like nobody likes the Deluxe Aggression figures because their arms are really big or something, and I don't know. But for this character, I think Deluxe Aggression works extremely well. I got this figure at Walmart probably in 2007 before I went to go see like Pirates of the Caribbean or something. My mom gave me like $30 to go to the movies. What did I do? Everyone's like, oh, let's go to Walmart and get snacks. What do? I go to the toy aisle. I buy a brand new Deluxe Aggression Batista. Because before that, even at that time, I was getting out of wrestling. I wasn't really collecting as much. I wasn't buying toys. I didn't really have a job or anything. My parents weren't buying me toys anymore. I was kind of growing up. I was like 12, 13. But yeah, 2007 or 2006. I don't remember when this figure came out, but I remember going to Walmart, grabbing them, opening them up, taking them out of the package, putting them in my pocket, and going to see Pirates of the Caribbean with all my friends. I think it was the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie. But anyways, awesome figure, awesome story from when I got him. I was just so shocked to see like an in-ring gear. Sorry, phone went off there. Crazy to think that I saw a Batista in ring gear at Walmart. It was like one of those things that just never happens. Yeah, just shocking. And Deluxe Aggression, I think, works really good with this guy because look at him. Like, it's Batista. He's supposed to be jacked. He's supposed to look oversized. He looks really well scaled next to other Ruthless figures. Like, let's bring in Booker right here. Now, Booker's a big lad. And you can tell Booker's a big guy looking at him. But if you put Booker beside Batista, maybe the height might be a little different, but body-wise, that's Batista, man. He is jacked. At that time, he was super jacked. But yeah, man. Always loved this Batista. Also, great figure for doing Batista bombs. Just one of the best figures I've ever owned, honestly. One of the best wrestling figures I've ever owned. It's like an elite. It's pretty much a Jakks elite. That's what I think of it as. But yeah, coming in at number 2, we got Dave Batista. All right, guys. Coming in at number 1, who takes the final spot? It is a classic superstar. And this is probably one of the greatest figures I've ever had, ever seen. I got it for dirt cheap. I think I got it. I traded my Dre Beats for a bunch of classic superstars from a local friend. This was one of the grails of that haul that I got that day back in, I think, 2012, we'll say. But here he is. Woo! We got classic superstars Ric Flair. Man, like, this is the perfect Ric Flair, in my opinion. That face scan just screams Ric Flair. The red robe, the red trunks, the red boots. Like, the only thing that sucks is the belt is a little small there. But other than that, this is a great figure, man. This figure sits in front of all of my classic superstars. He is the legendary Ric Flair. I mean, he might have gone through some controversy lately, but you can't deny the guy has done it all. He's seen it all. He's styling, profiling, like, what else is there to say about Ric Flair? This figure, amazing. They do have a few other versions of this, I think, in blue, probably limited edition ones, but man, this one is the best. Best Ruthless Aggression style figure, best classic superstars, in my opinion. Coming in at number 1, we have Ric Flair. All right, guys, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Tell me what your guys' top 10 list would be. Would you guys have any of these figures in your top 10? I could probably say most people would probably not have half of these figures in their top 10. I can imagine seeing a lot of people putting this Ric Flair in their top 10. Probably no one would put the Titantron Rock in their top 10, but hey, it's nostalgic to me. I have a lot of great memories about it. Even at the time, I didn't care. I was just so happy to have a figure of The Rock. That was my chair, guys. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me if you guys like these kind of videos. I'll start doing more of these top 10s because they are fun to do. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys.